You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, CBS soap opera fans. This is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we have got early edition Bold and the Beautiful weekly spoilers for May 22nd through 26th. They just let a few leak out early. There's 3 big, exciting spoilers for the week ahead, and we're going to dig into those. And then, of course, later this week, we will have your full edition of Bold and the Beautiful weekly spoilers when those become available. If you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our CBS soap spoilers for Y&R, B&B, everything you love to watch on daytime TV. Okay, so the first of our 3 spoilers is that Taylor Hayes hears an inconvenient truth. Now, it seems like there's 2 storylines this very vague spoiler could tie to. Remember on the recent episodes of Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor was at Il Giardino having lunch with Brooke, and they were talking about that young man, Hollis, that Brooke has been on a couple of dates with. And Brooke basically just said, he's too young. And then she said, I need a man who's age appropriate, that I can trust, and with whom I have a history. Well, it's very clear to my ears that she was describing herself and Ridge Forrester. But all Taylor heard was, oh, well, Deacon Sharpe fits the bill. He was right there because they were eating lunch at his restaurant. And then when Brooke had to rush back to work, Taylor took the opportunity to do some lightweight matchmaking, basically telling Deacon, hey, you know, this could be your chance. You just never know. So the bottom line is that the inconvenient truth that she hears next week might be that Ridge and Brooke want to be back together. Maybe she hears them talking. Who knows? But she may quickly realize that the reason they're not back together is because of her and the pact that she has with Brooke, which when it was set up was a solution and it was good. But now if it's just keeping one of them from what they really, really want, maybe they need to renegotiate those terms. Or the inconvenient truth that Taylor learns about could be that hope is into Thomas, because Taylor just had a conversation with Liam saying there's no threat, there's no nothing. And for her to find out, if she does, that there is a threat, but it's not from Thomas and it's hope, and she knows that Liam's never going to believe that, it could be very messy. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on who I want this to be about, but I really feel like Ridge and Brooke are definitely on that road to a reunion. So I feel more like the spoiler has to do with that. But we'll have to wait and see. The second big spoiler is about Bill Spencer giving some words of wisdom to Liam Spencer. I have no doubt that the advice that Liam talks to his dad about is something to do with Thomas, because all Liam does anymore in any given scene is whine about Thomas Forrester. Like, you know, obviously he's not a real person, but imagine if you were married to Liam and you just got back from this exhausting business trip like Hope got back from, and she just wants to relax and be with her husband and have dinner, and she's, you know, been going all day, and all he wants to do is talk about Thomas. Did Thomas make a move on you? Did Thomas do anything inappropriate? Thomas. Exhausting, right? So, of course, Liam's over there whinging to his dad about Thomas and how he doesn't trust him and he hasn't really changed. The same song, different verse, but the same old song. So Bill gives him some advice, and I'm sure it's some sort of aggressive advice, like don't let him get away with everything. Stalk him, you know? That's the kind of advice that Bill gives. It's never low-key wait and see advice. But what I'm wondering is if after Bill gives his son this advice, maybe Bill is going to take some more action with Katie. So the May sweeps that we have not seen happen yet, but that were promised to us, were that Bill Spencer was going to go all out to win Katie Logan from Carter Walton. And he was going to do this and he was going to do that. And then there was this big promo where he says, I'm going to go to battle. I don't like to lose. And then nothing, like literally they put that promo out to get everybody excited and then none of it happened. And then we've got this promised in May sweeps. None of it has happened. So the big question is, after Bill gives this advice to Liam, is he going to get off his butt and go do something about Katie? Or did Bold and the Beautiful release the promo, release the May sweep spoilers, and then just go, nah, we're not going to do it. Because right now, we've not seen it. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I certainly hope Katie is smarter than that and she sticks with Carter. But as of now, we haven't seen bupkis from this. So the third big spoiler for next week is about Hope Logan, of course. Hey, if you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Bold and the Beautiful updates, spoilers, casting news, everything you need. So the spoiler about Hope for next week, for the week of May 22nd through 26th on B&B, is that Hope's conflicting emotions intensify. Her conflicting emotions seem to me to be lust and guilt. She is lusting over Thomas. Every time he is close enough to breathe on her, she's all a quiver. When he happens to touch her for any reason, she's just all a tremble. She looked like she was about to just melt into a puddle of turned on goo when they were on the private jet and he was giving her a neck rub. And of course, if she had told Liam that Thomas had given her a relaxing neck rub, well, he thought it was relaxing. To her, it may have been some kind of erotic massage, judging by the look on her face. But Liam would have lost it, and he would have probably came and just attacked Thomas over it when, you know, this was not anything necessarily inappropriate, except for the fact that Hope is crushing so hard on him. Hope Logan is spiraling out. So she is turned on by Thomas, and then she feels guilty about it, and she keeps saying over and over to herself and to Liam, almost like she's trying to remind herself that she loves him. She loves only him. She loves the life they've created together. Yes, she does. Living at the little shack on her mom's property with him are her safe space. But, you know, people change. People grow. People want different things. Who knows? So other spoilers say that both Thomas and Steffi figure out about Hope's crush during May sweeps. And Thomas has started kind of putting it together. Steffi has already done the math. Now it remains to be seen if Steffi and Thomas have a talk about this, because Steffi is not done talking to Hope about this stuff, because she does not want Hope's crush or whatever it is to cause Thomas to backtrack. So the big question is, what will happen? Is this Hope and Thomas thing going to sizzle, or is it going to fizzle? One thing I like to remind people of, because it's 1,000% true, is that Bold and the Beautiful writers like to build up a story. They build it, they build it, they build it, and it should be this big climax, a big confrontation, a big showdown, something big. They build, and then they just wimp out. They wimp out. So I really fear for the fans and for myself as a fan watching the show, as well as being a journalist that covers the show. What I really fear is that they are going nowhere with this story, that they are wasting our time, and Thomas and Hope are never going to have a moment of passion. Whether you love or hate the pairing, really doesn't matter. I always like to see new couples, and they have done Hope and Liam to death. And I know some fans are like, I just want them together and happy. Well, if you want to watch people together and happy, then you probably, shouldn't be watching a soap opera, because that's not what they do. They have people cheat and lie and do bad things, and that creates drama. It's supposed to be drama. It's supposed to be soapy. So for soap's sake, it would be fabulous if Hope gave in to temptation and if she threw herself at Thomas and they did the deed. I think that would be great. I think that would be fitting, giving all the buildup we've gotten. Whether or not you like the idea of it or not, I think we can all agree that's a big soapy plot. But they may build up to that point, and then she may at the last second go, oh, I can't do this. And then she and Liam reconcile with no drama coming out of it. That is a possible outcome of this plot, people. I've been watching Bold and the Beautiful a long time. If you've been watching Bold and the Beautiful a long time, then you should also know that that is a possible outcome. So we'll wait and see. But those are the 3 early edition spoilers we have for Bold and the Beautiful the week of May 22nd through 26th. We'd love to see what you're looking forward to, what you think the inconvenient truth Taylor finds out is. And do you think that Hope and Thomas are actually gonna happen? Or do you think they're gonna build up and then just poop out on this plot?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.